iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another presentation of the AOLL Cup Series League here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I'll be your host tonight, Larry Patrick. Pretty excited. Another exciting race here with the Cup Series in Las Vegas. If anybody caught the NASCAR Cup Series, very exciting race there. So we look forward to some exciting racing here tonight. Currently, right now, you're looking at your top guy in practice is Brandon Bernhardt in the number 70. Endeavor Racing just behind him, Justin Anderson, Marshall Hall sitting in third, Blake Gordon sitting in fourth, and Josh Laston sitting in fifth. So these guys right now, you're seeing some pretty comparable times between each guy. So we're going to look out for some really good racing here tonight. One thing really key on this race is if you watch the Cup Series, the restarts. And just like last week, these restarts can go sideways really quick. And what I mean by that is these guys can jump and they can make this track 3, potentially even 4 cars wide. So we're hoping to see some patience here tonight, and these guys really just letting these cars come around to them. The track is going to be rather slick for them, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys can handle it. Just to run you guys down on some of the other racing action across the AOLL. Adam Wood took the race there in the TNT series on March 3rd at 5 Flags. He won that one. Their next race, they'll be March 10th. They're going to be at Talladega. That should be an exciting race. Everybody loves a good Talladega race. And in the Sportsman series, Justin Anderson takes his second race win in the Sportsman, winning there at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Currently, he and Joshua Hanna are the only 2 winners in that series. So Justin Anderson able to grab another win. And then just to look at the points real quick here in the Cup Series, Justin Anderson is your current leader. He has a 5-point lead on Steve Gottschalk, who has a 1-point lead on Marshall Hall. Greg Wellen, he's sitting in 4th at 75 points, and Josh Laston is sitting in 5th with 72 points. Carl Henderson now in 6th. 68 points. Tony Pannon, 66 points in 7th. Ed Springer, 63 points in 8th. 9th, Justin Edwards at 59. And Mike Bass sitting in 10th position with 58 points. So your top 3 guys right now just separated by 6 points. So rather exciting going through the Cup Series. We are early into this season, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out through the season on who can really just figure out these cars. These cars are just different than anything these guys are used to driving, so they're definitely on that learning curve and just trying to figure out how this car handles. We got 45 seconds remaining here in practice, and then we'll get out there for some qualifying. Joe sending a little bit of love in the comment section. Hey man, I enjoy doing this. I was about that close to not being able to do it tonight. Anybody that knows, I recently sold my sim setup, my actual rig, so my triple monitor stands went with it. So I had to really quickly set up my triples on a table as I wait for my new triple monitor stand and all my other stuff to get here, so I can start getting myself put back together. So had to rush, throw something together to get all this. Checkered flag is out in practice. We are about to start qualifying here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. See who the first car to come out is here tonight. Taking a look here at the number 44 of Cody Mitchell. He's now hitting the track for his opening qualifying lap. Marshall Hall hitting the track. Josh Hanner, Tony Panning, Kevin Schmidt, Mike Bass, John Gordon, Teddy Weichel, Josh Laston, Don Warnke, his brother will have my butt if I mess up his last name. Blake Gordon, Justin Anderson, all right now on the track. It's a little different to see Blake out here this early. Blake has a tendency of waiting till everybody else goes, kind of see what he has to lay down, and then comes out and lays down a fast lap. As these guys come out for their warm-up lap, and as you see right now, Cody Mitchell is on his first lap, coming through turn 2, heading down the backstretch. Again, these cars, as far as I'm tracking, they're pretty slick out there, so it'll be interesting to see which one of these guys can really tame these cars early in the race so they start to tighten up a little bit as they go later in their runs. As the laps should start pinging in here right now. Blake Gordon, he's showing your top qualifier. You see there's that looseness. Cody getting a little dicey there. Currently 7th fastest. Josh Laston comes through. Johnny Downey, who we haven't seen yet this season, number 27. He turns in a 3rd fast lap time of a 30.35. Right now, Blake Gordon is a 30.28 with Josh Laston at a 30.29. And then Joshua Hanner just turns in a 30.23. So he is now your fastest qualifier. Here we take a quick look at Teddy Weichel. Steve Gottschalk, currently he's sitting in 9th. Joe Dinsmore knocks off his buddy, his friend, his confidant, and Johnny Downey to take 3rd. Brian McFerrin jumps up to 2nd, running a 32.2, so just barely beating Josh Hanner, but Justin Anderson turns in a 31.5. He'll take the pole currently. Sean Carmody also on the track here in the number 40 Endeavor. Ooh, gets a little sideways. Again, as we spoke earlier, these cars are very slick just by nature. Joe Dinsmore turns in a 30.11. That's going to give him pole. And Adam Wood with a 30.18 gives him 3rd on the grid. We have a lot of guys right now opting not to turn in a lap. Those drivers right now, Greg, we'll just call him Juice. Again, not going to try to pronounce his last name and butcher that. David Naughton, Kevin Moeller, Dan Witt, Derek Schilling, Mike Burgess, Kevin Haas, Ed Springer, Stephen Dominy, and Tim St. Jean currently opting to not turn in a lap, so they'll just kind of fall along into the grid there. We got about 33 drivers here tonight. So big field. We look forward to some exciting racing on the track. at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I do apologize. Kind of looking at myself, make sure everything's working all right. Hopefully, Fearon